Thank you. Wow, this is marvelous. This is so exciting to be here tonight. I want to say a thank you to Karen and to you, my dear, through your career, through 4 presidential campaigns, the White House, state and local races in the media. You have been pushing every step of the way to amplify women's voices in our political system. So we say thank you to you. I want to say a thank you to Deborah Ness and Sharis Posen, Judy Lichtman, and everyone with the National Partnership for Women and Families for your leadership. What a critical resource you are to all of us who are trying to create public policy. Your influence is unbelievable, and you are as well a powerful force at the grassroots. And thank God for the National Partnership. I am so delighted to be here to see my colleagues tonight, Congresswoman Deb Haaland and Congresswoman Lauren Underwood. Yes, cheer for them. Deb, the first Native American woman to ever preside over the House, and Lauren, the youngest African American woman in the history of the United States Congress. Both of them demonstrate the powerful impact of bold, experienced, intelligent, qualified new voices. And they have brought such energy to the Congress. You know, tonight is very, very special to me. It's a special honor for me to be introducing Ellen Malcolm, who is retiring from the National Partnerships Board after 35 years. She is receiving their Lifetime Achievement Award, and no one is more deserving. It was 30, yes, clap, my friends, please. It was 31 years ago. Ellen took a chance in hiring me to be the very first executive director, the political director of Emily's List. I came to Emily's List with a lot of ideas right off the bat. I thought I knew it all, you know, and I started by saying, I want to change the logo. I think we should change the colors. I even presented Ellen with some designs. I said, we have to move from this place here. We need to get bigger quarters. And I wanted to change the name. Early money is like yeast. I said, yuck. Why do we want to do this? But Ellen would have none of it because Ellen Malcolm knew better. No one knew better than she did. And you know, I think back to my early days at Emily's List. Our staff was small. Mimi Castaldi, Ellen Fye, Jody Franklin, myself. We forged close relationships and close friendships, which still carry on. And you know, we were in the same building, this was 2000 P Street, as a number of other progressive groups who were trying to make change. Sometimes we joked that it would appear that we were in a building of lost causes. But we were on the same floor with Judy Lichtman and what would become the National Partnership. We were in and out of each other's offices all of the time. I have such vivid memories of all of us in the pursuit of changing the lives of women, of electing women, of dealing with values, trying to change the narrative. We wanted to elect women, and we wanted to create public policy that would meet their needs and the needs of their families. You know, I recall when I told Ellen I was going to be leaving Emily's List to run for Congress, This was about 9 months after I had arrived at Emily's List. Ellen was not happy. I could see it in her face. She was not happy, but she came around. It may have been Judy and others who said, that's what we do. We elect women to office. And Ellen and Emily's List were there for me every step of the way in my campaign. And when we were at the end of that campaign, and I was in trouble, and it appeared that I might lose the election, Ellen mobilized. She pulled together all of the groups, all of the organization. She got me all the resources in order for me to cross that finish line with a 52-48 win in 1990. And you know, you never forget the first race. You never do. Those numbers are emblazoned on my forehead. And it was Ellen Malcolm and Emily's List that got me to the House of Representatives. And it is, and it was, and continues to be something that she has done for so many women. In 25 years as president, Ellen established Emily's List as a force. And with the 2018 midterms, the House welcomed its most diverse class in history, the most people of color, and the most female members ever. And when Ellen founded Emily's List in 1985, there were 23 women in the House, 0 in leadership. And now there are 102 women in the House. Nancy Pelosi is Speaker of the House. More than, listen to this, people don't realize this, more than 30 women are chairing committees or subcommittees, and women hold 6 of the 12 subcommittee chairmanships on the Appropriations Committee. And we are seeing the profound impacts of electing women. What a difference the majority makes. You know, after all, that is the goal. It is not just about the numbers of women who serve, but it is about changing public policy. Let's reflect our values. How do we shape the agenda? How do we make a difference for women and their families? And with the majority, we have passed, in the last several months, the Paycheck Fairness Act. Men and women in the same job deserve the same pay. We passed the Equality Act, 15 years to pass the Equality Act, to extend federal anti-discrimination protections to cover sexual orientation. And we are advancing historic investments in families, working people, women's health. And we are going to pass paid sick days, paid family leave, and with schedules that work. I know I probably shouldn't do this, but I got to just tell you one quick vignette. We held the first hearing in 20 years on gun violence prevention research. First time. A reporter came to me and said, Congresswoman DeLauro, are you going to put money in the labor HHS bill? I said, yes. And she says, how are you going to do that? And I said, I'm going to do it. But I said to myself, I didn't say it to the reporter, because I am the chair of that committee. That's how we're going to do it. So it is about what Emily's List has done to give us the majority to make a difference for women and for their families. You know, for the last 2 days, we have been debating the 2020 funding bill for the Labor HHS subcommittee. We're increasing money for Title X family planning and health services by $113 million over last year. We increased funding for teen pregnancy prevention. We have eliminated abstinence-only education. And we are defending women's health, including by stopping the domestic gag rule. The gag rule is part of a coordinated effort by this administration to target women, their health, and their families. The Department of Health and Human Services has attacked contraceptive care. The Department of Education has allowed predatory for-profit colleges to financially exploit women seeking a college education. The Department of Agriculture has limited millions of women's access to anti-hunger programs. And the Office of Management and Budget attempted to halt the updated EEO-1 form that would have helped 30 million women negotiate for equal pay. But I know that we can defeat this because of Ellen Malcolm, because of the women that she has elevated, the energy she has directed, the ground that she and Emily's List and the National Partnership have plowed. And last night, we held the first victorious votes on women's health in the 116th Congress. But my friends, we need more votes. I stand committed. You are all committed. We stand together to ending the Hyde Amendment, and together we can. We will do it. We recently celebrated the 100th anniversary of the 19th Amendment, which extended the vote to women. Doing so took the vision and the dedication of generational type leaders. Ellen Malcolm is a pioneer in that same lineage. It is her voice, it is her vision, which have brought us to where we are today. Ellen, you have changed this country. You have changed the face of the United States Congress. We are all in your debt. And with great love and gratitude, there is no greater honor for me than to introduce you for this Lifetime Achievement Award. Congratulations, my dear, dear friend.